Good morning, Lynn.
Good morning, Dad.
I got something in the mail.
Yeah.
Actually, I got it just before we left Arizona to come home to Mexico. And I didn't have time to try it.
Is it something for me?
Well, it's something for us. Please enjoy my stories or whatever else might be on my mind today.
Oh.
Because, as you know, friends, Lynn wears hearing aids, right?
Yeah.
And you've worn hearing aids for many years.
Yes.
Yeah. And originally we bought the first set of hearing aids for you here in Mexico.
Right.
At LCS.
Right.
With a wonderful gentleman named
Polo,
who has now passed. But the first set of hearing aids were 15,000 pesos, which at the time was like $1,000. And the second one was 10,000 pesos. So you had them for, I don't know, almost a year, and they worked perfectly, and they were the little tiny ones that went in your ear, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you lost them. Well, you lost one.
I lost one.
Yeah, when we went to the coast, and we figured that you probably had dropped out in a restaurant halfway between here and Puerto Vallarta. Anyway, I went back to Polo, and I said she lost a hearing aid. She needs a third one. And I said, how much is that going to be? And he said, 15,000 pesos. I said, no. She didn't lose the first one. She lost the second one. Anyway, what they sent me from the SCIAN company, SCIAN, I don't know if I'm saying that right, is a set of hearing aids. And we're going to see how they work. We got a user guide. Oh, just a nice little, it's just like my earbuds, the little case.
Yeah.
And it has a USB-C charging port. And I'm sure there's going to be a USB cable in here to use that. Yep, that's exactly what it is. Something else in there. Oh, two packages of different size ear, I don't know what you call them, the thing that goes on the hearing aid and then goes into your ear hole. Two packages of them, and there's also a tiny little screwdriver in there and a little brush. Okay, a couple packages of those. And inside here, like I said, they're just like my earbuds, the thing. How do you get it open? Oh, I guess maybe I have to take this little label thing off. There we go. Oh my gosh. They look at that. What does that remind you of? There's a blue one, and here's a red one. Red for right, blue for left. What does that remind you of? That's exactly the shape and the size of the 15,000 peso one.
They were smaller.
Huh?
I think they were smaller.
Well, I don't know. We'll see when they go in your ear. So, I can tell they're squealing. You know, that's how we test hearing aids, right?
Mm-hmm.
Right out of the box. They're making a little squeal. Here, hold these. And let's try them.
Okay.
Now, I think that I read that the volume is adjustable. First of all, you've got to take off your cute glasses. Where's your hearing aid? No, the other ones.
I took them out.
Oh, you took them out because we're doing a hearing aid.
Yeah.
Okay. You're a step ahead of me. Give me the red one. How's that feel?
I feel so fine.
Can you hear me now?
Don't talk so loud.
Don't talk so loud. I guess it's working, huh? Okay. Do you have stereo?
Do I have stereo?
Yeah, you're hearing with both ears.
Yes.
And compared to your $2,000 hearing aids, give me what you got to tell us. How are they working?
They're working fine. Can you turn the volume down?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay.
Let's see if we can turn the volume down. I think you just put your finger on it, and there's a thing right here where you just.
Okay.
I don't know if I turned it up or down. I'm turning it counterclockwise.
Okay.
So out of the box, they were too strong for you?
Yeah.
Can you put this in?
No.
No, I know. You never did put the other ones in, ever. So it's been my job to do that.
You're the man.
Well, let's take this one out now. I'm going to hold it in. I can't hold my hammer. Put it way over here. Put it way over here. So what about the volume?
The volume is good.
It's good? Well, let me turn this one down then. I'm going the same way. I'm going counterclockwise to the bottom. Okay, the volume better there?
Yes.
So, can I talk loud now? No, not that loud?
Not that
Okay. Now, the reason I said that hearing aids are for us, not just for you,
Yeah.
Lynn and I cannot watch television together unless she has her hearing aids, because if it's loud enough for her to hear, it's too loud for me to stand. So, if we didn't have $2,000 for hearing aids, which we bought at Sam's Club in the United States, the last pair, they sent me this from the SCIAN. Is that what it was? SCIAN, new style, we make hearing easier. I'm going to look up the price of these for you. I think that you're going to be amazed. If your other hearing aids get lost,
Yeah.
and I only told part of the lost story, you know. How many hearing aids have you lost in the last 20 years?
3.
3? Well, okay, I'll agree with 3. But I think 2 more times you've lost them, and then we found them. Like, we went to a restaurant a year later, and the guy said,
That's right.
"Oh, I have your hearing aid in the cash register."
Yeah, I asked him after a year,
Yeah,
did you ever find my hearing aids?
yeah.
And he said,
Yeah, I was in a
I
show.
almost threw them out this morning. And I thought, no, I'm going to just wait a couple more weeks.
I'm going to make another observation about hearing aids right now.
Okay.
I can tell the difference whether your hearing aids are working or not by how loud you talk.
Yeah.
And right now I can tell your hearing aids are working because you're not yelling at me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, there you go. Let's look up the price of these things. Good morning. Well, I looked up the price of the SCIAN hearing aids. $128 on Amazon. If you think that's something that could help you, probably ought to order them before the tariffs kick in. As I'm thinking about this, you know, my brother, he is 90 some percent deaf, and he has a $5,000 hearing aid. This isn't going to replace something like that. Lynn is not deaf. She just has a hearing loss, and it's severe enough that for a long time before she had hearing aids, we were having conversations in a difficult way, and a lot of times she would hear only partially what I said, and then she'd fill in the rest. And it didn't always come out the way I said it, and there would be arguments about, well, you said that yesterday, and I didn't say it. I used to say a lot, nobody, especially me, should be responsible for what Lynn hears. And of course, watching television together was just not possible for a long time before she got hearing aids. Because, as I said before, when it was loud enough for her to understand it, it was too loud for me to be in the room. Anyway, I don't think that these hearing aids are going to replace my brother's $5,000 hearing aid. But they certainly would be a help to Lynn if she didn't have the hearing aids that she has. And she said something off camera that I'll repeat to you. Sorry, I just kicked my camera tripod. She said they're not as comfortable as my other hearing aids. I think that, in all fairness, two things. First of all, Lynn doesn't like change. So, if you go to the dentist to get a new filling, it takes a few days for your mouth to get used to that new feel. I think that was part of what was going on when she said they weren't comfortable. The other thing is that I didn't take the time to take one of the little plastic things that go in your ear and get one that was appropriately sized for her. We just tried them out of the box. Let me read to you what it says here in some of the advertising on Amazon for these. SCIAN hearing aids feature self-controlled smart chips, 16-channel digital processing, and artificial intelligent dynamic noise reduction. This optimizes human acoustics, filters out background noise, and delivers clear, natural sound even in challenging environments like restaurants or busy streets. We haven't tested them enough to know if that's true or just marketing BS. I can tell you that I put them in myself, and although they were too loud for me because I don't have hearing loss, I heard a lot more things than I usually hear, like birds in the yard. For someone like me with no hearing loss, actually have very good hearing, I was hearing too much. Anyway, $128. If you don't have thousands of dollars for hearing aids and you think these might be helpful to you, link below. It's a link to Amazon, and it's my Amazon influencer link, so check them out. Hey, if you like me, give me one of those thumbs up. And please subscribe and hit that little bell so you know when I post next. Please share me with your friends on social media. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed what was on my mind today.